Hello children, welcome you for social science class. Now I am Rekanjali. Today I will teach you geography 6th unit Indian water resources. Water is the primary need for everybody. Water is needed not only for surviving but also for the many other purposes like irrigation, generation of power, industries, domestic use, navigation, fisheries and recreation. The chief sources of surface water are rivers, lakes and seas. The underground sources of water are wells and springs. Now in India we have got number of rivers. North Indian rivers, you have already learned that perennial rivers. South Indian rivers also are there plenty, but they'll go dry in summer. Now in North India, river Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra are the major rivers. Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri are the important rivers of North India. The Indian farmers depend on irrigation for agricultural activities. You may ask me what is irrigation? Already have learnt in the lower class. Irrigation means the other way of providing water to grow the crops, that is through the canal or well, etc. That is called irrigation. Different methods of irrigation are followed in different regions depending upon the sources of water. Agriculture in India is dependent on rains, which is seasonal and insufficient. Rainfall is insufficient, children. Why? Sometimes rainfall will be heavy, sometimes rainfall will be moderate, some other time rainfall will be low. So like this variation is there in the rainfall. So we can't depend only on the monsoon all the year. So we have adopted the irrigation. Irrigation is very much necessary in India. And also in summer season, through irrigation only we are growing the crops because no rainfall that time. Only that monsoon is seasonal rainfall. The major types of irrigation followed in India are tank irrigation, well irrigation and canal. There are two types of wells. Number one, open wells and tube wells. Tube wells means borewell and all we call it, no, that is. Construction of tanks. In Kannada they say tanks keregalu. Construction of tanks to store water near streams or to store rainwater is called tank irrigation. Supply of water for agriculture through canals is called canal irrigation. Now here there are two types of canals. In inundation canals and perennial canals. The main aim of multi-purpose projects is the maximum utilization of available sources of water. Now Government of India today is adopted the projects, many multi-purpose project. That means river water is used for multi-purpose. I have already mentioned the first sentence only. Water is not only used for domestic purpose, it is used for irrigation, generation of power, industries, domestic use, navigation, fisheries and recreation. Totally it is called multi-purpose, projects. So government is striving hard to make use of water for these purposes. So now next one, flood control is the main aim of Damodar River Valley project. This is the Damodar River. It flood is common. So it will affect the whole area, the neighbor area of this river. It will be affected, wash away, and life and property damaged. So government is taking very severe action to control the flood from the Damodar Valley. So it is building in all the sites, various sites of this river, constructing dams to control flood. Bhakra Dam, it is in the northeastern side. Bhakra and Nangal, two dams are there. Bhakra Dam, only Bhakra I am telling you. Bhakra Dam is the highest in Asia. They will ask you in the examination, dash is the highest dam in Asia, means only you should write Bhakra, okay? Hirakud Dam is the longest dam in Asia. Another question also they will ask you, dash is the longest dam in Asia, means Hirakud. Hirakud project involves the river Mahanadi in Orissa. River Mahanadi was called sorrow of Orissa. Why? Because flood, a overflow of this river Mahanadi, causes heavy damage, life and property. Flood control, irrigation, and generation of hydroelectricity are the main aims of this project. Now let us come to our state Karnataka. Tungabhadra project is the joint venture of the governments of Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. Actually, Tungabhadra river raises in Andhra Pradesh flow through the Karnataka. So it belongs to both state. A dam is constructed across the river Tungabhadra at Mallapuram near Hospet in Bellary district. The reservoir created is called Pampa Sarovara. Irrigation and generation of electricity are the main purposes of Tungabhadra project. Next, Upper Krishna projects, an irrigation project in Karnataka. Two dams are constructed to serve this purpose across river Krishna. One near Alamatti near Basava Bagewadi Taluk and the other at Narayanpur in Siddhapur village, Muddebihal Taluk, Vijayapura district. Now let us come to Kosi river. The river Kosi was called the sorrow of Bihar. I've already asked the sorrow, it refers, that is a flood. It causes flood in Bihar, destruction of the life and property. So, Government of India is taking much care to build all the places, dams, control the flood. Flood control, irrigation, electricity are the main aims of Kosi project. Now another one, Rihand Valley project is the most important river valley project in Uttar Pradesh. The dam is built across the river Rihand and the reservoir created by this dam is called Govinda Bala Pant Sagar. In Kannada, Govinda Vallabha Pant Sagar. But in Bengali language or the other language, what they call it is Uttar Pradesh Govind Ballabh Pant Sagar. Now lastly, the Nagarjun Sagar project is the largest multi-purpose river valley project. The dam is built across the river Krishna in Telangana. Irrigation and generation of electricity are the main purpose of Nagarjun Sagar project. Now children, they may ask you in the examination the question, why is irrigation important in India? If they ask you, you should write, agriculture in India is dependent on rains. Rainfall in India is seasonal, unpredictable, uncertain, unevenly distributed, and inefficient. There are certain crops which need regular supply of water in large quantity like paddy, sugarcane, etc. Therefore, irrigation is necessary. One more type of question they'll ask you. What is multi-purpose river valley project? 2 marks question. So what you should write? That is, as these projects serve many purposes other than irrigation, they are called multi-purpose projects. Example, generation of hydroelectricity, flood control, etc. Now, if you want to write the river and the state which it flow, now you can make match the following. Now, A side, you write only the rivers. I'll tell you number A. Nagarjuna Sagar, below that Bakra Nangal, below that Hirakud, below that Tungabhadra. Now B side also you write the state Karnataka, Himachal Pradesh, Telangana, Odisha. Now match it. Then it will be easy for you to learn. If they ask you answer in one sentence or MCQ, then it will be easy for you to you know learn and remember. Now I'll come. I come to the end of this Indian water resources. Now there are a few questions will be asked. What are the important water resources of India? What are some examples of water resources? What are the uses of water? That is, many uses. Don't write only drinking, washing, bathing, all that. No, 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 no. That is all lower class. Now I have already mentioned irrigation, generation of power, industries, domestic use, navigation, fisheries, recreation. That type of answer you should write because this is, you are in 10th standard. What are the 10 sources of water? Or any sources you can write. Now, by this I will this lesson that is the Indian water resources. Let us wind up and then read one time the textbook that is the Indian water resources. You will understand easily in detail. Now, I will let us wind up. I'll next class I will meet you with a new chapter, interesting with an interesting topic. Until then, take care. Bye bye. Thank you.